God decided that he would create a spouse for Adam who would bring him peace and happiness. God created her from the same clay that he used to create Adam. God named her Hawa, and Adam married her. When they were married, God sent them to a lofty garden that had been prepared for them. This garden was not on earth, nor is it of the gardens of heaven. God told Adam, "Live with your life in the garden and eat from it freely wherever you desire. You will not feel hungry or be unclothed, nor will you feel thirsty or feel hot." In the garden, they were to have all that their hearts desired. Food and drink were available freely. They didn't have to make food or cook. Clothing was available when they wanted it. They never had to sew or wash any of their clothes. It was midday and Adam and Hawa praised God for all the blessings he had offered them. God decreed from then on that this time of each day would be reserved for prayer. After letting Adam and Hawa live in the garden freely to all the blessings, God advised them, "Do not approach this tree, or you will be among the wrongdoers." God was referring to one particular tree that was unlike any other in the garden. There are different views as to what this tree was. Some say it was a tree that bore many fruits. There was nothing harmful in this tree. God did not forbid them from eating from it. He only advised them to avoid it and warned them of its consequences. Finally, he reminded them to beware of the tricks of Satan, who had recently promised to misguide anyone he could. God had decreed from the beginning that they would live their lives on earth, not in the garden, for Adam was God's deputy on earth. But God wanted to set up a perfect training ground in the garden before sending them to earth. In this training ground, they learned the importance of following instructions and the consequences of going against them. It was also a place where they could understand the true nature of their enemy, Satan, and how to protect themselves from his deceitful ways. As Adam and Hawa explored the garden, Adam came across a tree where he had broke a branch and made a sturdy staff for himself. Once, Satan came to them in a disguise so that they do not recognize him. He said to Adam, "O Adam, shall I lead you to a tree that will give you eternal life and a kingdom that never ends?" God had told him they could eat from the garden freely wherever they desired, so he was interested in finding out about the special tree this man spoke of. However, when he realized that the man was referring to the very tree God had advised against, he declined the offer. With fake sincerity, Satan came close to them and whispered, "Your Lord only advised not to eat from this tree, as it might make you angels or grant you a never-ending life." Then he added, "I swear that I am one of your sincere advisors." Adam and Hawa took his words to heart. He had sworn that he was their sincere advisor, and they innocently followed his words, abandoning God's advice. When they tasted the fruit of the tree, the clothes God had provided them with were stripped from their bodies and their nakedness became apparent for themselves. A sudden sense of shame overcame them both, and they began putting leaves from the garden all over themselves. Their Lord called out to them, "Did I not advise you against eating from this tree and tell you that Satan is an open enemy of yours?" Adam and Hawa immediately asked for forgiveness. Their prayer was so sincere that it even caused the angels to cry. Out of the special names Allah had taught Adam, he said, "O God, we beg you for forgiveness through Muhammad, Ali, Fatima, Al-Hassan and Al-Hussein." Because of their sincerity, God accepted their prayer and prepared them for earth. He was now ready to bear the trials that awaited him.